Hey guys, Silencia here. Welcome back for another BeyCAST episode, and today we're talking about Samurai Saber, as you can tell from the thumbnail. So, first things first, let's talk about one bit of information that was actually announced at the later part of the video, which is the free trial for Samurai Saber. So for those of you who are going to Japan, especially during the time of this upcoming Japan G1 tournament, head over there, give Samurai Saber a try. There's a free trial for Samurai Saber going on. It's like a full circle of the whole Phoenix Wing thing back in the day. So when Phoenix Wing was first launched, they had an early sale release of Phoenix Wing at the G1, and they even let people try it out. So I guess, if you're there, might as well go for it. Okay, so let's talk about what's in the box. So first things first, Samurai Saber is the biggest box for a starter yet because of its launcher, and of course the heftiest price for a starter at this point of time. So yes, Samurai Saber starter set is retailing in Japan at 3,300 yen. So we can speculate that it might be in Singapore at about a price of $34 to $36 maybe, but the thing is, we have seen accessories that were sold at this pricing in Japan. Looking at you, Bey carrying case, that was supposedly to be about $30-ish in Japan, but in Singapore it's about $50. So, and then there's also the battle pass in Japan, is about close to the $30 range as well, but in Singapore it's almost $50. So I'm guessing only accessories will face this kind of treatments, but starters, hopefully it will stay exactly like what they sell in Japan. Phoenix Wing in Japan was 2,420 yen. In Singapore, it's being sold at about $26 to $27. So you can see why my speculations are about there. But anyways, let's talk about the launcher inside the starter itself. So the launcher is called the Hold Launcher. So literally you hold the launcher, the hold launcher, because you're supposed to hold it like a samurai sheath, and then you just pull the katana out. So yeah, that's basically the design for Hold Launcher. So yeah, anyways, a lot of people are excited for this one because many fans of Beyblade are also fans of Japan's culture, maybe, and of course, samurais being a big part of Japan's history. So definitely a lot of people are excited for it. Anyways, the Hold Launcher also comes with very interesting things. So it actually comes with rubber accessory pieces. So if you guys have ever bought the other grip that has the plastic pieces that you attach to the grip itself, yeah, you will know that the pieces are hard plastic. So some of our players here in Singapore and Japan, they have really forceful grips, and then when they launch the Beyblade and the parts break. So I guess from all that, they've kind of learned their lesson and they redesigned the accessory pieces for the grip with rubber. So yeah, it is this time round. Hopefully it might withstand more pressure from some players' hands. Yeah, so it's a good thing, kind of like a good way to justify the 3,300 yen with the research and development, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I was quite surprised at the price as well, because considering that the Hold Launcher is one whole piece, so it's the launcher and the grip, just that it's one whole joint plastic launcher now instead of two separate pieces. So I guess we'll pay 200 yen less for that customization ability. Well, oh well. So but this will be the first quad launcher or winder launcher, depends on what you want to call it by. So Japan calls them winder launcher, the English side here in Singapore they call it the quad launcher. So yeah, so it's the first quad launcher that is hold straight, because normally the quad launcher in the regular version is L-shaped with the grip. So yeah, that's one thing to take note of. So if you are not familiar with the full one-piece style of the string launcher, it's the same thing. So that's why there's also designed the cord to have the string launcher handles, which is not exactly ideal because personally for myself, that handle is not exactly easy to hold, especially it's tied to a very thick plastic that is long. So yes, with that said, this is our first official release long winder or long cord. So I'm assuming, personally, this is my personal opinion, I'm assuming that this cord launcher is the same length as the Dragoon launcher or the Dragon cord that's coming out in the 25th anniversary set that is set to release in 2025. I don't think Takara Tomy would probably redesign two cords that are two different lengths just for two different sets. They probably will fix in, like, if this is a long cord, it's going to be this length. If it's a short cord, it's going to be that length. So that's my speculation. I mean, just thinking logically like a smart marketing strategist. You know? So anyways, leave your thoughts about the winder, I mean not winder, the cord launcher, the winder launcher, whichever you want to call it by, in the comment section down below. Then let's talk about, you know, the next thing, which is the 270 ratchet. So I'm sure for most of you who have already bought Cobalt Dragoon will already experience the horror of the 260 ratchet, and of course there's also the 760 ratchet as well. They all have that long walls at the side, and if they do hook onto the extreme line, there's a tendency that you will cause self-burst because it's just too dang tall. But anyways, it's 270, so the middle plastic piece might be a bit higher, then it will kind of like prevent the X rail to grind the ratchet to unlock. That's what we speculated with the 280. I've yet to test the 280 ratchet yet, but once the 270 ratchet is out, maybe I will do a video that tests just 260, 270, 280 on their burstability, and let's see, you know, if you know the 270 might be less bursty, or is the 280 the ultimate 2 ratchet. Anyways, leave your thoughts about that in the comment section as well, and let's talk about the next important part of this whole starter set, which is the level bit. Well, to be honest, the ratchet is probably the least important part of a Beyblade soul, because the ratchet is the one that causes the stability of the whole Beyblade combo, but the one that gives the personality to the Beyblade itself is the blade patterns, and of course the bit that is used. So bit we've already discussed, so let's talk about the... sorry, we have not talked about a bit. We're just talking about a bit. You see, guys, I am sleepy. I'm recording this video twice now. So the first time I recorded, apparently the audio didn't go through, so I'm doing this a second time, and it's now 2:44 a.m. Guys, that's why I really appreciate all of you who actually watch my content. Love you to bits. Love you to bits. Because, you know, even though I'm doing Beyblade content and I'm not the fastest one out there, it really, you know, warms my heart when you guys watch my content, especially since I put in so much effort to try and put this out as fast as I can, while supporting local stores. So that's why you don't see me buying the Taiwan versions of the Beyblades, because, you know, I want to keep the sport here alive by supporting locally, so that, you know, that Shanghai toy doesn't pull out from the game because there's no one buying the local stock and everybody's importing the overseas exports. Anyways, okay, let's talk about the bit. Like I said, so level bit is the name of this bit. So it basically has 3 different levels of bit designs, but in my opinion, I think it's just an evolved version of point. So it has that sharp pointed part, then there's the round level bit, then followed by the jagged corners below the flat portion of the bit. So if you guys are familiar with the Beyblade Stadium designs, it's a kind of like a concave design where, you basically once the bit reaches a certain height, a certain part of the bit is going to interact with the floor. So that's what the level bit is kind of designed to do. But from the play video and seeing how the Beyblade responds in the stadium, I can't tell the difference between the second level and the third level, which is the jagged portion. If you can tell the difference, let me know in the comment section down below, because I really can't tell the difference between how it behaves with all the different levels of level 2 and level 3. I mean, the very first level, the sharp pointer bit, we don't need to say. It behaves like how we expect from an orb or needle bit. So it's really just another point bit, but with a different name. So I guess you can have 2 different kinds of point bits on your deck if you need to. But we all know that point requires a certain level of skill to play, because if you flat launch, it's just gonna behave like a regular flat bit unless your pointed portion is slightly taller than normal. But so far, majority of these kind of point bit styles, we're talking about Gear Point, Unite, they all have defects when it comes to production, so we have to check to see whether the level bit might have ending up being defects as well. We won't know until the actual Beyblade comes out. So anyways, let's move on to the blade. So the blade, in my opinion, without the tiny metal piece jutting out, it looks like Shark Edge. So it has a lot of potential because it looks like Shark Edge, but the weight of the blade is going to be the main factor that whether determines this thing to be meta or not. Shark Edge was pretty light, but it's very destructive. But now that it has a tiny blade sticking out the corner, it's gonna give you that barrage attack style. So I'm assuming they marketed this after El Drago, because they kind of used the barrage style attack of El Drago to incorporate into this blade. But to be honest, this is not the first samurai blade that has ever been released in Beyblade's history. I think there was one in Metal Fight and Burst, but I have no idea because I did not play those 2 generations, so I'm not exactly sure, but I believe I've seen a samurai blade somewhere in the past before. You can let me know in the comment section down below what Beyblade it is, but it is definitely not the first of its kind. So the weight of the blade is definitely going to be a main key factor of whether this Beyblade's top is going to be like meta defying or not. I don't think it will be, to be honest. I assume it might be because of its sharp edge design, but in terms of its tiny blade sticking out and acting as a barrage, maybe not. Unless it has some kind of special design that can toss Cobalt Dragoon off its balance, and then even its steel spin might not have effect on it, but who's to say until the actual blade comes out and we can play test it. So anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say about Samurai Saber. It's in my opinion, it's not too hype for me. I think it's cool to have a design like that and a cool launcher. It's just very gimmicky, but we will have to see once we get to see how it behaves. Personally, I think it's just another sharp edge on a point bit, but who knows, everyone's playstyle is different. But okay, let's talk about the other information that was shown at the end of the video. So pretty much you know already, if you guys are updated with me, you will have known that I've announced that Drenzer Black version is already added into the Japanese Rare Beyblade Battle Challenge of the app. So they mentioned that, and with that we actually know that for sure eventually us in Asia we will actually have a chance to win the purchase tickets for Drenzer Black version on Rare Beyblade Battle in the Asia version of the app later on. But we also know, thanks to our friends in Taiwan, that Drenzer Black version has been sold at their G1 tournament, including the Black Cobalt Dragoon that was a Koro Festival exclusive in Japan previously, but then Japan decided to sell it at a B4 store later on. So yes, if you can't get either of these Beyblades at G1 in Singapore, don't FOMO, because eventually you will be able to buy the Cobalt Dragoon at B4 stores, and of course the Black Drenzer version in the Rare Bay Get Metal Challenge. And for those of us who have been doing the Rare Bay Get Metal Challenge, you know how easy it is to get like those non-main prize Beyblades. So like Go Hellscythe, Go Beyond Claw, and then there is the upcoming Black Hell's Chain, and then now Black Drenzer. So these are easy to attain. Don't worry too much if you can't get one down the road at G1. So anyways, yeah, then there is one last information that they did mention on the last part of the video, which is a live stream on the official Bay Tube channel on the 27th of October. That is a Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Japan time. So in Singapore that will be 9:30 a.m. If you guys are free, make sure to catch the live stream. They're probably gonna release more information or even cover the G1 in Japan, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember the exact date of Japan's G1, but it should be around the timing, around the date. So yeah, look forward to that. I'll try to cover it if the live stream gets archived. Unfortunately, when the live stream is happening, I'll be at work. So once again, trying my best as a YouTuber here. If you appreciate the content, make sure you leave a like, hit the subscribe button for more content on my channel, and of course ring the bell notification so you get notified whenever I upload something new. And yes, as I mentioned, I appreciate anyone who watches my content and responds and talks to me in the comment section down below. Love you guys to bits. And that's it for me today. I really need to end this video because I'm super sleepy and I still have work in another 7 hours. It's not easy. Anyway guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, mata ne. Time to go and edit and go to bed. I'm very tired. Bye.